All right, I'm Pat.
Hi Pat, I'm Jeffrey. We're lousy with pizza. Anyway, so yeah, I got this flyer from again.
Double Dave's or Diamond Dave's?
It's Double
Oh,
Dave's,
okay.
and the place is called Pizza Works, which I also don't like.
Is it spelled
Um,
with an E, like works?
no, but look at this shit here. Okay, look at this. Okay, so this is again, this is what I'm talking about here. Is get down here. Look at these appetizers. It's like again,
Bread STYXZ.
why do
Styxz.
you need to do that? What exactly? Here's my problem, dude. You've been in marketing and stuff like
Oh,
this.
I have went through marketing.
I'm not saying that you do it now,
Oh,
but you have a background in this kind of stuff here, right? Like, what exactly? There's nothing in the theme here that makes you say like, oh, well, here's what's special about our sticks. The only thing that makes it look like that is kind of like the crab with a K or fucking wings with a.
you got Z's and cheeses too.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Is those are the terms that you use when there's no chicken in your chicken wings or crab in your crab.
There's no sticks in your breadsticks.
That is correct. Like what?
I
So
don't know.
tell me, like, tell me what goes through the mind of a person where they're just kind of like, well, we sell sticks, but
I
people aren't just going to buy them if they're sticks.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, if you did it with just an X, sure, or just a Z, but an
Right.
X and a Z, I don't know. I don't get it. They're just in there's Dix's.
That's what I'm saying. And there's zero theme for this. There's no like if it was like Double Days pizza sticks or something like this where that was part of the branding, right?
Yeah.
But just oddly,
If it was like WRRX works.
yes, yes, exactly,
Dude, it doesn't need to make fucking
exactly,
sense.
exactly.
Your brother is the menu design guy, so
Well,
I would ask him.
to be fair, okay,
He's
no,
probably seen some real bullshit, man.
you know what? That's a good point. I'm going to leave this out from here and just say, like, did you see stupid shit like this? Now, granted, his whole thing was, he'd take this flyer and design wise, he'd make it shine.
Right,
Right.
right, right.
That's whatever words they decided to put on this would be completely up to the client.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, I'll run it by him. I'll leave this here. Double Dave's uh, Pizza Works with no X.
I don't know.
And what's the thing is, it does say like over here their thing says since 1984. So I mean, there is something about this that
Really?
says, yeah.
Has it been there since 1984? I doubt that.
Well, here's the thing: is 4132 Austin Bluffs Parkway. That's not far
I
from
don't
here.
know exactly where that is, but it's not far.
Have you been on Austin Bluffs Parkway?
Uh-huh.
Have you passed Double Dave's Pizza
I
Works?
no. Uh-uh.
Have we lived near or adjacent to or around Austin Bluffs?
Quite a while. Yeah.
And at
In
no,
fact, I can tell you that's north of the Walgreens because my Walgreens address is like 3800 block.
is that the one near Domino's?
Domino's?
The Walgreens near Domino's? Oh no, that's Powers. I'm sorry. No. Uh. So is this like near the school,
Uh,
near the elementary school when you go up Austin Bluffs?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's Rangewood too. Shit, I'm
Yeah,
so
no,
sorry.
that's Austin Bluffs, man. I live right on. It's not near my house.
And this is the other thing. So
It should be pretty close to my. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking of
right,
Austin Bluffs.
right.
I'm thinking of Carefree. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
thinking of
okay, all
Academy.
right. Yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
thinking of
my
Powers
bad.
and Rangewood and all these other places,
I don't
but
know where that shit is.
and
So
this is the other thing is since 1984, right?
uh
You're telling me that in the entirety of our
I bet you
childhoods,
it moved here.
right,
Yeah, it was
right,
probably in Fountain or some
a
bullshit.
fountain.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm
Uh,
just saying, like, not once in all the people that I've known in this place or whatever has somebody said, like,
let's go to Double Dave's.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do pizza works here.
Yeah, you have to drive past the Marcos and the Louis. And
We're
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
flush. We're
Perry's.
lousy with pizza.
We're lousy with pizza.
Perry's, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and I don't see a delivery option.
I didn't look. I mean, it does have maybe.
I'm sure you can get it door dashed.
Well, it does have it does have a QR code
Oh
on it.
man, I dude, there is almost nothing about modern technology I hate more than QR codes.
Why,
I
Pat?
don't know, dude. That's my boomer old man kind of fuck that. Give me a menu, kind of thing. I've been to so many places lately
Yeah,
where it's like, here, scan this. And I'm like, no,
is that
bring me
right?
French fries.
Yeah, well, there's two things uh, that elicit just a guttural reaction to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay,
like, let me see your beer menu. And they're like, oh, here, scan this. And I'm like, I can see Bud Light from here. So
well, uh,
I don't need any of your other bullshit, I guess.
hey, bro. All right, so I'm with you 100% on that. The other thing is that what I don't like to hear anywhere I go is, "Will you be checking in with our mobile app?"
Oh, yeah.
No, I will not.
No, I will not. Oh, man, it's every drive-through, dude. All of them do that now, man. So, all of them. They all do that.
I find that
Will you be
intolerable.
checking in with our menu and rewards app?
It's
No,
like, no, I will not.
no, I will
Right. Is it a law?
not. Right, yeah. Can I still get food here? Will you take, will you tender currency for food? Yeah.
I get it. Like fucking you and I are not.
I have U.S. banknotes. Yeah.
We don't go to fucking. You know. Uh, I'm sorry. We don't go to McDonald's with fucking like ducats in our pockets or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no.
That's I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
whatever, man. Hey, more power to them. Hopefully they do well. I don't know, man. So it seems like restaurants everywhere are struggling. So, and I mean, I didn't even look at the prices. Are we gougy here? It's looking a little gougy.
you tell me what qualifies as what. Uh,
A $15 Monday 15-inch large one topping pizza is your Monday special. Uh, a Wednesday medium one topping pizza is, oh, that's two of them.
oh, it's two
That's
pizzas,
$30. Okay.
two mediums for $30.
Yes, one medium specialty pizza and one medium one topping pizza. A large specialty
Okay.
pizza on Thursday will set you back $20. A stromboli is $15.
It's not okay. So really, what would answer that question is it depends on what you get. I'd have to see the size of it. I would have to see the quality of it. Um, it seems about right there for pizza that's one step above delivery,
Yeah,
if it's in fact one step above delivery.
if it is.
Like, say for example, uh, it looks like basically like old Chicago tier pizza.
It's possible. Yeah.
You know,
Man, that's a place I didn't think I'd miss until it was gone.
they do. They did make a few things that I actually quite
They still
enjoyed.
have one down by the World Arena.
I ain't going to the
That one
fucking.
is still there.
Fuck
All the
that.
other ones are gonzo,
They're kaput.
all kaput. That was the one thing they had in North Platte, Nebraska that actually reminded me of home.
I
They
can
did
see
have
that.
an
Yeah,
old Chicago's
I
pizza.
can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was spendy, but it was like it's a this or the Chili's. Got it.
the Chili's. Yeah, I guess it can remind you of home, but I mean, if there's a more generic flair uh, in the sit down market, I can't name it.
Oh, then old Chicago's
No,
no.
than Chili's. I don't think there's anything.
Chili's ain't bad, man. I
I
gotta
don't
tell
think
you,
there's
I ate
anything
there not
that's.
tue long ago. It was actually pretty decent.
I didn't say it was
So,
bad. I'm
and it
saying is
is
that
it is
there's
not
nothing.
it is not spendy. So
But that is the most generic food that you can get on the planet.
it is. It's cheaper than going to fucking Mickey D's though. So which is kind of surprising. Um,
Well, I was recently a visitor to Mickey D's.
I actually skipped a Mickey D's on my weekly forays this week, and I had to go hit the bell. So I needed to cleanse my palate of Taco John's.
I mean, if it's, I don't know why you would. You're.
It's way the fuck up there. I
I'm
can't
just
drive up
saying
there again, man.
to keep the memory alive.
I'm good.
All
I
right, all
remember it
right,
being good.
okay, all right,
Yeah, I don't need to like, it's not like vacation, right? Come back and like pull my pictures out right
okay.
away.
No worries, no worries. And so when they actually fill the abandoned Jack in the Boxes and stuff like that with Taco John's and
Oh, that'd
stuff,
be
you're
awesome. Yeah, but
good to
they're
go.
not going to do that. So no, they're going to bulldoze it and turn it into an ATM. I'm sure.
You're probably not
Yeah.
wrong.
So,
You're probably not wrong. A very, very small bank outside of J.C. Penney. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man, I'm surprised that thing is still there. So,
People need clothes.
yeah, it's Amazon. So there you go.
I'm aware of that,
Yeah.
but there is still something to. Well, perhaps all morality hasn't completely left people in terms of going to J.C. Penney, finding the clothes that you want, trying them on to find the
Yeah.
size, and actually not walking out with just a note in your pocket of what it is that you're going to buy.
Yes. Yeah.
You're actually going to purchase the shit there. And you know what? I'll say this: having been next to it for such a long time, um, Kohl's is busy as
Oh,
long as they're
dude.
open.
Yeah. No, my mom always wants to go to
Always busy.
Kohl's. Yeah. She just wants to go to Kohl's and wander around whenever it's something that I have to do with her brings her this way, I just book a trip to Kohl's. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So it's like fine. Have at it.
Well, what's interesting about Kohl's is
I can use my Kohl's cash. You know,
so
it never
wise.
expires, Patrick. You know?
I get it. I mean, if I had it, I'd want to cash in, all my fucking cigarette coupons for
Hmm.
fucking tote bags and shit too. But
I remember those. It was mighty fine luggage back in the day. It was like, you
hey,
gonna tip me in Marlboro bucks? You know?
in hindsight,
I kind of wish I had one.
you want to talk about collector's items to say that you've been there.
Yeah, that one would
Yeah,
be pretty far up the list.
and I will say that in hindsight, um, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: is it's hard for me to argue against putting like a cartoon camel on like fun money is not attractive to
Yeah,
kids.
I wasn't smoking camels back then, but if I had been, I would have been collecting the fucking Joe tabs or whatever they were.
The
So,
camel cash,
camel
yeah,
cash, there we
yeah,
go.
yeah. It
So
was Marlboro Miles and
that's right, it was
camel cash.
miles. It
Yeah,
wasn't Marlboro bucks, it was miles.
yep. Miles and
Oh
cash.
man, I checked a lot of those bags back in the day. A lot of those double bags, man. They're bright red ones.
The bright red,
The bright red.
with that beautiful offset white stripe.
Yep.
Absolutely
Yeah,
gorgeous,
I checked quite a few of those.
stunning. Look great on race cars too
Yeah.
and billboards.
I think the only thing I
Yeah,
checked more was like army duffel bags.
you're right.
I checked a shitload of those, man. A shitload of those sea bags. Yeah.
The sea bags, those are the ones that like they lay
It's like
flat
a
and you zip
torpedo.
across. Yeah.
No. They're the ones that you fold on top. It's like a tube. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it always had a
Yes.
lock on the end of it. Yeah. Big old swinging combo padlock.
I presume there's a reason for that.
That's what they gave you. What's it like? Oh, let's all go down to the PX
Okay.
fancy duffel bags. Gonna be the coolest thing ever, guys.
You have to recite the shit to the lock too, or just your gun. Many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, those days are over and done with.
Oh yeah. I don't even lift my own luggage anymore.
Oh, Patrick, you have just ascended to the next class.
I am, man. I am
Yeah.
firmly upper middle class. Bougie.
Well, I guess that's the question. Does that make you a target? Does that make you does that put you in the bourgeoisie?
Oh, dude, I've been part of the bourgeoisie for at least 10 years. So, um, more than that, I'm a homeowner. So,
Is that it? Is that the
I don't know, man. I mean, once you start paying mortgage payments, I think that kind of qualifies you at that point in time.
Because that means you're the ones that they're coming for.
Yeah, come fucking get it.
Right.
So try me.
Isn't that funny? I mean, it's just, you can't say that to people who just, they're just like wanting to get rid of these hollow points.
Right, yeah. They go bad after a while.
Right.
So, I actually have had ammo go bad on me. So
Did you leave it out to rot
yeah,
or what?
I don't know,
What did you
man.
do?
I used to have this can of 22s that it was just like a coffee can fucking full of them. So, because that was just like convenient.
That is not the container they sold it to you in, is it?
No, they come in stupid boxes that, like, have these little plastic, like lids on them and shit. I was like, fuck that. So that's how my dad used to keep them. He should keep bullets in a coffee can. I was like, well, there's a little bit of genius in this,
You're right. They're coming for my bullets. Where are they?
Yeah.
Are they in the box that has pictures of bullets? Absolutely,
Absolutely not. They're
No.
in a Folgers coffee.
not. So when I say, son, bring me some coffee, and I wink twice.
Right? Yeah. Let's make this man a nice cup of Charlie. Got it
Is
down.
that, are we using YouTube language
Yeah,
now? Is this?
yeah. You want the decaf or the extra strength? So,
Who is at your front door that you're asking for
that
the
never
decaf?
happened, man. That never happened. I think there's only been one like legit attempt to break in my house that I've detected. So, and this was, where was this? I can't even remember which house this was.
Like legit break-in,
Yeah,
checking
like legit.
doors or what?
Yeah, no. Someone peeled a screen off my
Oh,
my
no shit.
fucking window,
Oh,
bent it up, and that's
didn't
not
know.
that's not normal. That's not something a fucking raccoon does. It's like literally trying to bend the screen off the corner. So yeah, I think that was, where was that?
Was it near?
I think that, I'm trying to remember what window it was and what house matched that particular configuration.
Was it the place that you were renting down David's
No, it
old
wasn't
place?
that one. I think it was my town. It was my townhouse, my first townhouse. Yeah, because we did have one window out front, and that was that window.
There was that window.
Yeah, it was that one. There we go. Yeah, it was that one. So, and who knows how long it had been that way, man. It wasn't that way like the previous time I went out front, which was almost never. 'Cause the
Right.
front door faced the opposite direction of the garage. You always go through the garage, so you almost never go through the front door.
I mean, I know the fucking buttholes that robbed your truck.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I know those buttholes too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, they didn't take all the guns. So,
No, they did not.
yeah, there were a few guns in that truck. Yeah,
But they took your fucking CB.
they
And
did. Took
I
my
mean,
dad's CB, man,
yeah.
which he'd always turn it on, so he could listen to the truckers. Because back in the day, when we'd be driving all over the state,
Yeah.
you didn't get radio reception in a lot of,
Right.
so you get AM radio, but it was like Colorado. So, but if you turn it, there was a trucker channel, like 9 was the emergency channel, and there was another one. It's like 14 or something like that was a trucker channel, and you could listen to truckers, and if there was a wreck or something, they talked to each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, or if like there was bad construction or some shit. So that was his hack. He never got on the radio, breaker, kind of thing. So
I
he
can't.
just
That does not
spy on
sound
him.
like your dad.
No, he's just spy on him. So
Fucking adding his commentary to trucker talk.
this is his early version of lurking on the boards.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, especially back then. Just fucking, this guy's from New York City.
New York City.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, that's the other thing is I don't think your dad was a leadfoot either.
No, that was always my mom. My dad was a
Yeah.
pretty careful driver. So in fact, I don't ever recall him getting into an accident. Ever. My mom got into a couple. But my
Probably
I don't
before
think my
your
dad.
time.
Oh no no no. Okay, so my my dad got into one self-inflicted accident. So, which is the reason why my truck doesn't have a tailgate. So,
Well, didn't he squish it?
he squished it with the fifth wheel. Yeah, he didn't lock the thing.
Do you
So,
call that an accident? Do you
oh yeah,
qualify that?
that was an accident. Yeah, he didn't mean to do
Well,
that.
you're right. You're right. But in terms of, would you qualify that as a traffic accident?
It resulted in damage to the truck, so sure. So yeah,
All right, fair enough. I mean, I
yeah.
would I would say he could skate on a technical. If I were going to consider a person's, all right, do you consider do you consider stuff that happens in a parking lot to be an accident?
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. So, yeah.
because I can't say that without um, I can't say without any hesitation that my father was never in any accidents as long as I was alive.
My parents had a bad one when I was like a baby.
Did they?
So, yeah, and so
Like, is
when,
that something you can remember?
no, 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 no. It was before, memories went online, so to
Where they were
speak.
retained?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. But I wasn't actually in the car. So when that
Ah,
happened,
okay.
they were driving somewhere, and my dad had this thing for like old school VW bugs for years. So, he had like three of them when I was a kid.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
All right.
And one of them got smashed. So, like, he got assholed on the interstate kind of thing. Just
Oh,
destroyed the engine, because it was in the back.
so that thing's done so.
That thing was done. So he
Yeah.
bought another one. And then I don't remember that one, but I remember the next one that he bought. So, because he had like three in a row. He loved those cars. So that was his jam for a while.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because I remember the one because he gave one to my aunt when she moved out here. She had never had a car.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he used that as an excuse to go get another one.
Yeah.
So
I
I
understand that.
remember riding around in both of those, because my aunt had that car for many, many years. So she would bring it over and my dad would fix it because he knew how to fix that car. So,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Was he buying like a similar year as well,
They
or
were all old school, like
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember when the new ones came out, he was like, hmm.
I could see.
There was a minute where he was like,
Yeah, but they were expensive at the
they
time, man.
were, and I think that's what drove him off because my dad never paid full price for any car that he ever owned. Yeah,
Not a bad lesson to
no,
take,
well,
all
I
things
mean,
considered.
A, he probably couldn't, but B, like, um, yeah, he never paid. Yeah, and he would go through cars, you know, but he had that bug because we had a van like you guys had, a party van.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the cooler in it and the fucking table and the fold down back bench over
yeah.
the bed. Ours actually had a sink in it, so had a little pump sink. So, um,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. What do they call it? The cozy car? What was it?
That was the name on the wheel cover
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
back. I
yeah,
don't know if that's what it was called
yeah.
per
We
se,
had one of
but
those for a little while. Then he got the Blazer. So,
okay.
and he
Yeah.
loved that truck so much that eventually, um, he did get rid of the bug, and then he had a Toyota for a while, and he loved Toyotas too. He
Yeah.
loved them little hatchbacks like your brother had.
Yeah.
So, oh, actually,
Well, I had one too.
yeah, you had one of those
Yeah.
too. He loved those little cars, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's the weird stuff about it is I haven't been in an accident in such a long time. Like,
I haven't either, but I've been getting nervous about it lately. So,
like you're due.
I don't know if I feel due. It's just like, isn't it like the last couple times driving around at night? There's shit that I don't see that I used to see, no problem.
But you're like, you can't read that
I
sign,
can't
bro.
read that sign, man. Yeah. So I need to go get my eyes
Yes,
fixed.
you do.
Yeah. Well, some of it is I went back to my old glasses. So I need to go get these updated or reframed or whatever.
What, just new ones uncomfortable or
Dude,
what?
my new ones have been fucking with me so bad, and then when I started like not wearing them again, my vertigo went away. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
so.
yeah. So I'm
Oh,
like, all right. I don't know if this was the cause, but it was definitely an aggravating factor in this trial here. Yeah. So
that's what you
yeah, I
do.
was like,
Yeah.
all right, there's something fucked up with these. It's just messing with me. And so yeah, the last couple of weeks, it's completely gone away. I gotta say, the last like 3 months since I started wearing these again, no issues with it. So it's like, all right, that and I don't drink as much beer as I used to. I have something to do with it too.
I
So
don't
I
want
should have tested
to.
these independently. So,
Well, I mean, there's really only, one thing. So I guess the first thing is go back to your other glasses, try those out for a
I've
week.
tried that and I get fuzzy again. So
Okay. Well,
yeah,
because the only other thing that you could do is keep on the current glasses and go drink a shit ton of beer. I mean, it's
I've done that too. Yeah,
okay. Well, then I feel
it's autocorrelated. They're both.
I don't.
Yeah,
Here's how many data sets do you need to be able to say it's probably the glasses?
I it's both. So does one make the other better or worse? I don't know, and I'm not going to sit down and get my fucking logbook out and start
That's what I'm saying. This is not.
collecting data on this.
So listen, what's your
So
at like year 6 of the study, Pat? I mean, it's okay to take
I
those
need at least
glasses in,
2 years. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
to run that fucking double blind or
Yeah.
conditions that you're.
Well, I can't do a blind study on it because it's technically a sample size of one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all statistical on it. It's just a methodology, man.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
I'm in the study. I'm the only thing in the
You know the
study,
subject.
right?
Uh,
I mean that, and we'd have to test somebody else who's not you, uh,
yeah.
with your glasses and your beer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we'd have to get somebody else in there who um, is going to wear glasses that do nothing.
Oh, like a blank pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a control set. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Okay. This study's fucked. But it's just been better, man. And so I think like the last part of it is like that pair that I do have, my newer pair, which is still like a year, maybe 2 years I've had them.
Yeah.
They're the progressive lenses, and I can't do that, man. So
You tried. I
I
mean, and
tried.
and that's not to say you did speak highly of what they can do for you.
Yeah, but it's just not working, man. So I need to get some cheaters or something. Then I have to carry
Well,
three
that's,
fucking
that's,
pairs of glasses with me because I got my sunglasses too.
what? That is true.
I just leave those in my car, and my sunglasses are fine, dude. They never fuck with me. And so they're just perpetually dark.
And you don't want to do the transitions again, huh?
I do not like the transitions. No. I am sorry, man. I'm just a picky bitch when it comes to my glasses, I guess. So,
No, you're not. As a matter of fact, I'm going to argue with you. I'm going to say most people need to be way more picky with their glasses than. Okay, so this is the thing. This is, much like when I talked about the percentage of major world events that have been impacted by geography being roughly 100%. The same thing. And if you don't know that, you can't vote. Um, the uh, the the same thing goes when it comes to like, oh well, how how much of your waking day is spent seeing.
most of it, yeah.
And
Mm,
unless here's the thing, unless you have entered that category where you have transcended this and you are now sharpening the other five senses to make up for that,
nope,
right?
not doing
At
that.
which point, I presume that you know some kind of martial art.
Mm,
The You are going to be using your eyes almost the
hmm
entirety of the day. So much like wearing a comfortable pair of shoes if you're going to be on your feet, or anybody that sleeps should be sleeping on something comfortable,
hmm
right? Glasses are one of the things where if and this is the thing, is price is not an automatic uh, not an automatic entry to comfort or anything like
Mm,
that, right? I've had very expensive glasses. I've had cheap glasses.
me too.
I've had both. Some are way more comfortable than others,
Mm.
especially when you have this weird fucking misshaped melon head like mine, right? Some of them, it's like, well, they don't sell expensive glasses in your size, sir.
Right.
We'd have to actually take them out to the fucking anvil and pound another like 2 inches on both sides,
I ran
right?
into the same thing with my prescription. There were some glasses that I can't get with
You
my
just can't
prescription.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, look, I know I'm going to be a difficult customer. I will be nice, but we're going to have to go through a number
Mhm.
of things to get there. Why? Because I need to see roughly 100% of the time.
Right. Yes. This is important.
I
Yeah.
know you guys. I know you guys have put in like those McDonald's booths that are designed to get you to like sit down, buy eyewear, leave. You know,
Yeah.
I get it, but yeah, this is the kind of shit where, and it's the same thing where, uh, that's another thing that I couldn't do online, where they're like, hey, we'll send you 5 pairs of frames to try on. You pick the one that you like, send them back,
Mhm.
and that kind of thing. I just can't do that. I can't. It's like, nah, man. This is the thing that I do pay the 10, 20, 30%, markup for.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know,
No, I do that. Yeah. In fact, I think I've got money in my account because that's
mm,
like I don't have a vision benefit that's great unless like I have like pus coming out of my eyes or something like that. Yeah.
right.
So I
Something
get
where they
like an eye
almost, yeah,
exam a year
yeah,
and then like $50 towards a pair of like new corrective lenses. You know.
right. I get one order of free contacts every 6 months.
Yeah. See, that's the I don't want.
Well, again, it's one order, Pat.
Right. Yeah. So you can make them last.
Yes, I mean this is the thing is sort of all right. You can make contacts last,
Mhm.
right? They want you to. So if you go by the box and if you go by what the people tell you, it's put this in,
Yeah.
leave them in there until your day is done,
And then throw them
take them
out.
out,
Yeah.
throw them
Yeah.
away,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And to me, I mean, yes, I realized that I had to make emergency room visits because of the like called focus dailies. I'm like, yes. How long have they been? It's 2 weeks.
They're rotting in your eyes. Yeah.
I think your brother knew something about that too. I think he ran into the same problem once too. If you
Yeah.
recall,
If I
something
recall,
like
though,
that.
that had something to do with it wasn't just his contacts. He was like, I think he was washing dishes at the time, and he touched his eye,
Oh, did he get fucking?
and he got some funk, man, that almost blinded him in that eye. So, but it wasn't helped by the fact that he had his contacts in for like 3 days after that. So,
No, no, no,
yeah.
no. That may be something that it probably didn't help. As a matter of fact, I would argue that given what I know about the situation, they're like, so this creates an ulcer inside here, and
Mhm.
if you have bacteria or something that gets in that wouldn't otherwise be there, right? This could be a combination effect.
Well, he got something that was related to what is it, herpes or something like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people do.
I don't know what it was. One of those things that when you think about it, it's not like, oh, that fucks up your eyes kind of
Right,
thing. It
right.
was something like that. I don't
But if it was like if it was scabies, you'd remember it because, or
know. Can't lick my eye.
if I guarantee you, if what your brother had was a case of eyeball syphilis, you'd remember that.
I think it was syphilis, actually. I think it
Are
was.
you serious?
I'm dead serious. I think it was. I think you're right. I think it was syphilis. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, I
That
think it
sucks.
was. Yeah, I think it was syphilis. Yeah. I think it was.
Doesn't that shit rot your brain out?
Yeah. Well, after you go blind, it's got to go somewhere. I guess. I don't know, man. I think it was syphilis. Yeah. Now that you mention it.
I remember he got it. I mean, that was the thing. I remember I got it, and I remember, but it was. Mine was purely ulcerative. It was like this
No, they had
will.
to lance his eyeball. That was the thing that the doctor said, So I think my mom took him to that appointment. He was still living with my mom at the time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was after he had quit college and came back home for a bit,
Oh,
if I recall. And yeah, that was my current eye doctor actually, because
was it really?
yeah, he was new at the time. And he said this is going to hurt worse than anything that's ever happened to you before. So and he's like, and I cannot do anything to make this better, and you cannot move when I do this, otherwise you will go blind in this eye. And my brother said all of those things were fucking true.
You have a different perspective on life after that, I imagine too. Like I've made the argument that I don't think there's like you get out of bed first thing in the morning, right? And you take a regular step, you're not there, you just don't know what's going on. And you kind of shuffle and with more force than you would because you're not paying attention, you kick the bedpost.
Oh yeah,
right? And
step on a Lego.
step on a Lego. I mean, this is the kind of thing. Maybe even like peel back the toenail, right?
Oh,
Okay, now I know you
I've done that.
you shudder thinking about it, and
Oh.
it hurts. But here's the thing: is yeah, it hurts.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: after you've done it once or twice, you also know that you're like, all right,
It's not gonna kill me.
it's not going to kill me.
Right.
It stops hurting as much,
Yeah.
even though I think that there's a number of things. I think the pain threshold actually gets hit fairly early, right?
Sure.
But the way that your brain compounds the like, this will never be okay. This is they're fucking with my eye or whatever it is,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing is. I think people with your brother in this case, now that he's had his fucking eyeball jab, right?
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of freedom in life where I can go mountain biking. It won't hurt. Like it'll hurt as much as my eye.
Yeah, it won't hurt that bad.
But there's this you can't what I know doesn't work is sitting there stabbing your arm with a pencil, right? That will not it's
That
not
is not. Yeah, your brother did that for years.
you don't level up. It doesn't work that way.
You don't
It doesn't
move the
you
needle.
don't like and I know Will, so there's a part where it's kind of like, oh well done, Will. What are you gonna put your skill points in?
Yeah,
It's
he was definitely thinking about it along those lines. So I remember that for a long time.
I don't remember what it was. I don't know when he decided
He would do
to.
it right here too, right in the what is that called? The meat of
Oh
your
yeah, the web.
the web. Yeah, that like high dollar if you're cannibal meat.
Is
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
I don't disagree
Yeah,
with you. It
yeah.
probably is. It's kind of like the same thing with like chicken cheek or whatever it is.
Chicken cheek.
No pork.
Pork
That's
cheek.
that's right. Yeah.
I had pork cheek tacos once, and I was like, these ain't $15 tacos, man.
Well, I don't even know chickens have like cheeks. They have beaks.
No,
So I don't.
pork. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's right. I'm thinking of chicken oyster. That's
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Uh, when you get a chicken breast, right?
Uh-huh.
There's always like if you buy them raw,
Yeah.
there's always this one like dangling.
Is that the finger?
It's well, I'm holding a finger.
No. I thought that was a chicken finger.
The chicken finger is
Yeah, I know, but there is a special. Like it's tender or something.
no,
Okay.
no. This is specific. They call it the oyster,
Okay.
right? And there's always this thing that is always hanging on by just a little bit of flesh,
Yeah.
right? And it's kind of bulbousy.
Okay, that's not what I'm thinking of.
They don't serve that to you at the restaurant,
Oh.
right? Because it's not aesthetic. It's like this is weird,
Yeah.
but they give it to you. And what chefs will do is they consider that like the best part, so they actually cut that off, take that for themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not something you throw in the stock pot, huh?
I would
I
actually no, I would be like, this is trash.
Yeah, exactly. This was fat.
It's yeah, it's a weird thing, but
I thought that like when you actually open up a chicken breast off a full chicken,
yeah,
there's like a finger in. That's an extra. I know they don't make all chicken fingers out of it, but I thought that's what they called that. So
maybe
I
maybe
don't know. Maybe it just might be the guy that I watch calls it that. I don't know. So
you're talking about when they butcher the thing.
yeah,
Could be,
yeah.
could be. I don't know. This is a little bit different, and this is I've never butchered a full chicken. I've so the closest thing that I'll do is I'll rip apart a rotisserie chicken like an animal, but I've never. And I'd fucking eat my cherry tomatoes all noisy and make fucking hobbits sing to me and shit.
Right, yeah.
You
Sing me a song. Yeah. That's sloppy eating cherry tomato.
Look, here's the weird thing is it's a you want to talk about shit that I remember from those movies. That's one of the scenes that always jumps out, and I don't remember, Pat. Is there a paragraph or two that talks about how fucking Denethor was?
I don't remember. I think there is. He does sing that song to him in the books. So, or it might not even be that. Yeah, I think it is that song actually.
Well,
So,
he transcribed every song they sang. I mean,
oh yeah,
you know,
totally.
yeah.
There's dozens of them in there. So, yeah, I don't really, dude. It's been a hot minute since I've actually gone through the books. So I read the Silmarillion more recently than those. So that was because you guys were talking about it a while ago. I was like,
Yeah, fair
"Hmm."
enough.
So I have an audio book. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
fine, just rip it. It's only a few hours.
What did you say? It's a way quicker read than the actual book,
Totally.
not?
Oh yeah, the books are long as fuck. So
You know,
it's stupid long.
the only copy of the Silmarillion I ever looked at had pictures. So
Oh, I don't have one of those.
yeah,
So,
yeah, it was it had all these cool illustrations and stuff. So
neat.
yeah, it's weird. There's I've watched especially when I'm like lifting weights and stuff because it takes like a fucking hour. So I've watched a couple of like people reacting to movies and stuff like this. There's this weird series of things um, that always seem to disturb viewers when they happen,
Mhm.
and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. So that that eating scene is something that always disturbs people. They're just like, God, this is ugh.
Yeah.
The scene where the orderly in Terminator 2 licks Sarah Connor's face
Oh yeah,
is the most.
Doughboy.
Yeah, the people always just like, I didn't know this was a horror
It's like a
movie.
cat tongue, man. It's like
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, given how visceral that is and how people react to that, whoever's decision to put that in was just absolutely genius. The other thing is, and Pat, I know you and I both know this. This is it just jumps out in this movie where there's English Bob. He's in the prison cell. They're talking,
oh
and
man.
for whatever reason, the dude has to say, "What if I give it to him?" And he does this weird,
Oh,
like,
that guy. The writer.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
what if I give it to him? Yeah, give it to him.
and he does this weird, like, tongue lippy thing
Yeah. Oh
in
man,
the
that's
middle of
the
a
movie I haven't seen
dead,
in a while.
quiet
But I remember
scene,
that.
and it makes people jump and just like, ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. That's interesting.
Like I didn't even notice it, but now at this point, I just wait for it. I'm like, it's gonna happen. It's this is the fucking eyeballs in the window of Amityville Horror. I'm like, I'm prepped. It's like I know it's coming.
Yeah, I watched that a while ago. It's that movie doesn't freak me out the way that it used to. Even that scene, it was kind of like, oh, okay. I did watch The Exorcist. This was during Halloween last fall. That movie is still creepy as fuck. So
It's terrifying.
it is terrifying. So especially like the first hour of it. Not even like where she's like completely off the deep end. The first hour
Nope.
where it's
Nope.
kind of like, dang, this sucks, man. You got all this weird science equipment and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The there are moments, especially in those first ones, when she just comes down and pisses on the floor and says, "You're going to die up there." There's
Yeah.
like this is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying here's the. I am absolutely not downplaying the second half of that movie, whereupon uh,
Mm.
things get really
Mhm.
wacky because, especially the first time you see it, it's like I don't I don't think I'm going to be okay ever again. But that first half, that the build up on that is something that
Yeah, it's good.
movies imitate, but just don't bother. It's
Yeah.
been done. You
Where he
won't do it
goes to
better.
visit his mother. And their last
Yes,
interaction was just
yes,
terrible.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
And there's something to be said about just that 70s quality to it that feels so gritty and gross and realistic
yeah,
and
feels greasy.
it does.
Yeah,
It does. Just in the same way that every late 70s movie just feels like you
that
guys.
was one thing that they did get right in that Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Uh,
That
yeah,
greasy '70s feel to it.
absolutely.
They did
Yeah.
nail that. I didn't like the movie that much, but the
You
aesthetic.
did?
No, I didn't like the movie.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know, man. It was just like I. So the thing that ruined it for me was the ending. The ending was lame.
You
So
mean the ambiguity of it
no,
or
you knew
no?
exactly what he was going to do. So I
Oh,
mean,
you mean shoot Al Pacino?
yeah, totally.
Oh.
And it was like like is this so it's supposed to be like the Carson show? And here he goes on a 4 minute monologue. I'm like, cut to commercial.
Oh.
I'm like,
All
come
right,
on,
fair
man.
enough. All right, all
So
right.
it was like, could you tee this up better? Okay. The answer is yes, you could tee it up a million ways that are better than this. Okay. Because you know what he's going to do the minute he walks on the stage. So, and it was just like, all right, come on, man. So I know where you're going with this. Oh, okay. Now we're going to draw it out. Here we go. Oh, no, wait. More monologue. Cool. So, more awkward, weird questions that would never make it 8 seconds on any fucking live TV show. Got it. You know?
Now,
So,
now here's the thing: is I can counter that. There's a movie that is oh god, what is it? It's I'm gonna have to look this up because I do want to get this right. I think it's American Splendor, but hold
never seen it.
on. Okay, hold on. Yes. All right. Now this is not. I'm going to qualify this, and I do think that everybody should watch this because it actually is a pretty good film. And it is exceptionally rare of me to recommend anything that has Paul Giamatti in it. But this is a movie about a very very bizarre guy that uh, ended up doing. I mean, just an incredibly bizarre guy who ended up making these independent comics. And what happened was his bizarreness caught the attention of David Letterman.
Okay.
David Letterman had him on like 4 times,
Okay.
and those interviews always got almost as awkward as
Yeah. All
as
right.
as that. Now that
I
being
don't
said,
think that lets that fucking Joker movie off the
well,
hook.
this is what it was, and that was the thing
Yeah.
is it was a running bit versus like okay, I guess I'm gonna put it to you this way, like I don't care what year it is, I still think they check you for weapons before you go out there.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
now I'll also say this:
Especially since you
the
got fired from your job for bringing a weapon to it. Come on.
I gotta tell you that's one of my favorite scenes. I think that's
That
absolutely
scene's fine,
when
man.
he's
So there's parts of that movie that are good. Like just, but the overall arc of it is just dumb. So and it's bant at the ending, and you can't unsee
well
that.
the only problem I have with the ending per se is maybe another pass, maybe an edit or something like this, something that would either. How often the setup on that movie to me is really it's 90% great. You can see what this is building to, and I
Sure.
don't think it's necessary for the person to go on television and shoot someone in order to make the
Mhm.
point that the movie is trying to make.
No,
That's
they completely force the play at the end. I mean, it's got Robert De Niro in it just for that. So, and it's like this would be a measurably better movie if he just walks in, sits down, says hi, pulls out a gun, and blasts Robert De Niro before he can get a fucking word out.
because yes, it's the
Because that's where this is going. Just get me there.
you're right. That's exactly it. Is
But
it
it's
just
Robert De Niro, so we got to give him some lines, And it's like, no, you don't. Okay, he already had his setup. It's fine. So
it's not the person suffering from the affliction or
correct.
it would be basically an outsider's perspective or an analyst that would say the things that he says on that program because the person in the middle of that wouldn't see things that way.
Exactly.
And so yes, I can see that as it's either crappy writing or something happened where the studio said, "I don't get it. Why did you just pop it?"
Either one, like
But
fucking stand up
came
came
out.
one way or the
Yeah,
other, but
but
that's
that's
how
what
it
came out.
came out. And
Yeah.
it came out completely forced, and it was like, okay. So I'm sorry, you dropped a lot of hints before I picked every last one of them up,
That's
and
sort of
now
what
you're
it
just
is.
going to catch them all at the end. Oh, by the way, in case you missed anything, here's the entire story.
Now, guys,
Guys.
I don't mean to stop your good time here, but what I need to point out here is society treats people in a certain way that when we look the other
Oh
way
God,
at people
got it,
who are
got it, got
suffering,
it.
guys, do you want me to flick the lights on and off?
Yes, please.
Okay, I got a point to make. All right, all right. I guess I have to start over. Yeah, I got you there. It's completely ungraceful, especially all things considered, where you can tell that essentially via what happens afterward. You can use
Sure.
that as people going nuts, going in the streets. I'm not a huge fan of the possibility that the whole thing was a delusional episode, but still, being said, it's hard for me to the accomplishments in terms of capturing. I know that they said that Taxi Driver is an inspiration. I'm like, yep, it
Yeah,
definitely is.
pretty close.
Um,
That's a much tighter movie. So
it is. Um,
I haven't seen that in a hot minute. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but I do appreciate what it does. So
well, there's a lot of people who there's no real controversy until the movie ends,
no,
and when he's in the hospital and they're kind of like, is this guy alive? Is this a delusional episode? Whatever, right? That's been the controversy for a long time, right? There's always been that. Is this glamorizing vigilante violence, et cetera, right? Got it. The same, exact same thing happens in Joker, right? Where,
mm,
and yes, they did. There are certain things where because they're going for an era, and then you're recreating a period in American history. This is you're duplicating this piece of New York, the garbage strike, all this other stuff. Like
yeah,
this does feel incredibly visceral, right?
yeah,
Um, and the only Pat. This is the weird thing is nobody's right or wrong on this. If your stance on this is like that last 10 minutes ruins 110 minutes of buildup, you're absolutely right. You can also look at this and say like I can't let that ruin 110 minutes worth of setup. Or there's also a component where you could look at this and say the same. You could have the same analysis and say like, well, I kind of like how it pays off. It's over the top. If you're making the argument that this is a delusional episode, then the person who's paying it off at the end would build it up like this. So again,
that's
I
a
can
different
see it.
movie though.
I can definitely get it. I can see all sides of this argument here. Um, I think there's a lot of times where I do think, as far as I'm concerned, I do think that it's hard for me to say the existence of the sequel is so bad that it makes me question the intent of the first.
Yeah, who knows, dude?
That's
Yeah,
sort of the
no,
problem.
I have no desire to see that. So
Totally fine.
I'm good.
I don't think you. I certainly didn't like it. I mean, the whole thing was made as a middle finger to people who like the first. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
I don't.
And everybody knew that before it even came out. So I mean, they basically advertised that. So fuck it. I don't need to see that either.
So there's that. I'll definitely accept the division on it, but yeah, it's I don't. I think the movie does a lot more right than it does wrong. But what it does wrong, if you're like, I can't believe you're doing it. I cannot believe you think so little of me that you
Mhm.
have to do this.
You try and do all the subtlety, and then you do this at the end. It's like I feel like I got. So,
Pat,
and that's not a thing I like out of my movies, Jeff. I do not like that at all.
Yeah, like my Star Wars movies, stopping the movie to lecture me about
Nope,
capitalism.
no, democracy, death, blah blah blah. Yeah,
That was goddamn Shakespeare in comparison to what they
I
did fucking
know,
later
man.
on.
Oh my gosh, we should have held our tongues. And so we'll show
Didn't
you.
know how good we
Yeah,
had
didn't
it
know
back.
how good we had it, man. GCCGI. So, yeah, fuck it. So same thing. It's like the dinosaurs are loose again? Really? Wow.
Somebody should be taking better watch on this
Dinosaurs
movie.
are boring. We need to make new ones. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, and we do live in a world with the fucking Mark 19 grenade launcher. It's like you guys have the pacification tool,
Right.
and that's to say
You
that
got other guys that can fly that helicopter too. You know, come on.
oh, if we're talking, if we're actually talking about like mounted machine guns,
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Rockets.
But this is, I mean, this is in the same vein of well, we put trackers in the dinosaurs now. It's like, okay, gotcha. Can you put, you know, on top of that too? It's like, well, can't you just put an explosive in there too?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait a minute. So in the age of infrared drones,
This
is the thing cold-blooded? Oh, it is. Yeah, got it.
you are again.
30
So
tons of meat is cold-blooded. It can move like that. Right, right. You know?
so why does that movie work in 1993 or 92? Well, I mean, this is why because
Just running on a Tandy 1000.
but they had that virtual reality set up.
Oh, right, right, right. That basically had the frame rate of like, fucking Commodore 64.
That
Yeah.
is correct.
It's like,
Yeah.
all right, that's somewhat believable. You know,
Yes.
it's like half the disk space was used on his GIF through.
Now this is again, if the whole point of this here is again, you're when you make the first one, it's essentially like somebody has to try to eat the helmet before they put a warning on there that says not to eat Duke's helmet.
Don't eat the hell.
Right, right, right. So that's there's a part of this that makes the first movie work. The second and third and when you get to Dinosaur 7, you're just kind of like you're kind of like, no, guys, the warning's on the package,
Yeah.
right? They've made this patently clear. Um,
Do not eat.
and I'm telling you, like dinosaurs get fucked up by a shotgun at most ranges.
Yeah.
At most ranges, like if they're so I
You could
understand.
probably use bear spray on most of them. They wouldn't know what that is.
Fascinating. I see no reason not
Oh,
to.
fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
same thing goes. It's like I was saying. It's like when you put chips in them, right? It's like, well, yes, yes, that's technology that even our current day vets can
Oh,
do
man.
at your local store. It's like, all right, we'll put an explosive in there, so if like they wander off, they blow up.
Or a sedative. There you go.
You know what? Not a bad idea.
There
Okay,
you
there
go.
you go. A sedative, right?
For
Okay,
night night time.
yeah, yeah. We can do
Sleepy time.
that.
Yeah.
I going with blowing up. That's fine. You know how
I
I
was
like.
thinking when I take my cat to the vet, it's pretty easy.
That's true. And to be fair, like when your cat wanders off the table, it doesn't explode. So I mean,
No,
it's just.
exactly. Yeah. It certainly doesn't like shoot down your helicopter.
The thing about this too is like, well, if dinosaurs got loose in a populated area, no, that's fine
Dude,
actually.
you like how do I get my Rex tags? Come on, man. Is he gonna get in the lottery for that? So it's like maybe I'll call up my brother-in-law. He works at the DMV. You know,
There's a line.
I know there's a
There's a
line, man.
way.
It's like
There's a
there's
way.
a case of beer.
Especially,
You know?
well, especially yeah, if you live in some of those Hazard County kind of places
Oh
too.
heck
That's
yeah,
that's
dude.
all.
See, yeah, they worry about tags after they bagged it.
You know how much better a movie that would be?
Dude,
The fucking like dinosaurs of Hazard County, like the fucking like if they actually
uh,
got loose and it was about dudes who pulled tags to
you
go
pull
and
tags, yeah, to go bag
fucking
myself some Velociraptors this weekend. I get liquored up before you do it.
like I'd like it. I mean, At least, dude, that would be a different take.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a great take. It just has to be different. But then again, they won't even at this point. Unfortunately, they don't even have Sam Neill to drag out anymore. So
Oh yeah, that's right. He died
poor guy
recently,
passed
didn't he?
away. Yeah.
So after his unsuccessful bout of alternative cancer treatments, from what I recall. So
Did he? Did he seek treatment
I,
from the
I
from
think
the?
I think he did go that route for a bit there. I don't know. Maybe he might have corrected course after a little bit.
But his first impression was to consult the monks at Karmatage.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What kind of tea do we use for
Right.
this? Oh well, man, you do
Lemon
you.
brisk didn't fix it, huh?
Right. There you go. So, mm.
Because tea is it's just leaf juice.
It's dirty water, man.
I don't want to pick on tea drinkers or anything, but I
Mm.
mean it's
I don't mind tea. I just like morning. No, it's coffee. You know.
well, it's coffee time,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's coffee
Yeah.
time.
Whereas tea is just sort of let's be real with it. It's basically like a pouch of chewing tobacco that you put in water and
Yeah.
yeah.
If I had honey flavored cigarettes, then yeah, it's pretty close.
That'd be honey flavored cigarettes, but
Right.
we're talking about a cup of red man.
Oh.
You go to Denny's, it's like, would you like some tea? It's like, yeah. What do you have? Do you have Copenhagen?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a hope.
No, it's what were the guys didn't do they didn't do Copenhagen. I think it was Grizz. I think it was
Oh, on the rig.
yeah.
Oh,
I think
railroad was
those
coke
guys were
territory, man. Everybody did coke. So I couldn't smoke on a locomotive. Everybody fucking did though. But I don't know.
this is well, it turns out that's why everybody chewed was you can't smoke on the rig floor.
Well, yeah, that one has a little bit more dire consequences. Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
I imagine
it's like you're flaring off the gas as is. You know,
I feel like I mean, and I can't prove this. I feel like that's a rule that didn't come into play until like 1989
somebody
or
broke
something.
that rule. Yeah, someone put two and two together. They're like, wait a minute.
And dudes be like, this is fashion.
Bullshit. Yeah. So
This
if
is
I want to
tyranny.
smoke on the rig floor and drive home drunk, this is fucking yeah. I'm becoming a libertarian.
Well, dude, I mean, as much as there is something to be said about, like the last time I was on a plane, and there
Uh,
was a part of me that's just kind of like, it would be dope to smoke on this.
on an airplane?
Yeah, I get why you
Yeah.
can't, and I'm willing to accept that. I'm looking at the weakling children around me and all this other stuff. I'm like, it's probably not fair to them. Um, and I understand that, but there is still a part of me that's like, it still would be cool to smoke on this thing.
Yeah, I remember you going. Like, I never smoked on a plane. I was too young. They banned
Yeah,
it before I got started. So, but you know, I mean, there's still like restaurants I'll go into town. I remember, oh, that used to be a smoking section.
right.
Yeah. So, or bars, man. There are bars is like it's
Yeah,
all smoking.
yeah.
So the first apartment I rented is a smoking apartment. She looked at me like I was stupid. So she said they're all smoking apartments. I was like, oh, didn't occur to me. Yeah. Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. I understand. The science hasn't really borne out in terms of what the actual side effects of secondhand smoke are. They're
Secondhand smoke?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
I don't really know. I mean, I think there's enough evidence to show that it ain't good for you in closed spaces for
that's
long
exactly it.
enough,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, like just I mean, like there's so many things that are carcinogenic, man. It's kind of like, all right, so this one's definitely carcinogenic. So, I mean, if we can knock it off the list, that would be a good start, so to speak.
As long as I'm on a plane and they decide at no point that they're like, that's not okay, but we're gonna let this dude spark up a joint, then
Yeah, they won't do that either.
then I'll be fine.
No, that's the thing that I noticed. A lot of guys that I know, well, I don't know that many anymore. So since my ship sank, but
Right,
like everybody who wasn't smoking weed probably would have been a normal smoker. But they were all like
right.
mighty about, oh, I don't smoke. It's like cigarettes. It's like one joint is like smoking five cigarettes at once, dude. You know that, right?
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no, no.
no. So, you know, uh,
Yeah, I did get a kick out of that. That was one of the funnier. Uh, that was one of the funnier exchanges that I saw on Twitter. Let me see if I can find this here. Um, so I did get a kick out of this where the guy says, you know, he says blacks do this thing where they glitch out and keep yelling the same phrase over and over until they get tased or whatever.
no white guy who did that.
This is, I never
We called it going wrong on somebody's.
says I never see anyone else do this. The fuck is wrong with them? So the black guy responds, "Do you believe that melanin dictates your behavior?" Guy responds, "Do you think a dog's coat dictates its behavior?" Guy says, "Do you believe melanin dictates a person's behavior?" Guy then says, "Are you trying to get tased?"
Those guys are just fucking with each other. I like it. Did you take the second one in caps?
Did not. I guess he didn't want to cross that boundary, but I didn't get a kick out of that. How are them kitties doing, by the way?
They're good. They're
Are they warming out to you?
slowly. They're definitely shy. So, and like they spook easily. So, but they're still really young. They're still really small. They're only about this big. They're like not even toaster size. They're
No.
yeah, they're small. And I mean, I pick up the other cat. I'm like, holy shit, you're a beast. Compared to these things. You know. So
And that other one's not an enormous cat. You've had enormous
she's a
cats.
pretty big cat. I'd say she's the second biggest cat that we've ever had. So like her sister Rose was probably longer, but she was probably about 2 pounds lighter. So, current cat is she's a muscly cat. I've never had
Mm-hmm.
a cat that was as muscly as she is. She's a chunk. She's not that fat. I mean, she's a little tubby, but I've had fatter cats. So,
Oh, your
my parents had a fucking beach ball.
parents had
Yeah.
the fucking lasagna eating, fucking Monday hating,
Yeah.
uh,
It just wasn't orange, man. I mean, but yeah.
Odie kicking, normal
Right,
mailing
yeah.
ass cat.
Right, yeah. Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. I wonder how many stamps it takes.
You're right, yeah. No. Um, oh, maybe she is the fattest cat I've had.
No way.
Yeah, well, besides my parents' cat.
Oh, yeah, family ownership is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that cat, that I don't think I'll ever meet a cat that's that fat. So, or that lived as long as he did, which was weird. So,
My brother had a slightly pudgy cat, but not.
she got really skinny when she got older.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I mean, she lived to be just like 24, something like that. She was like the last 10 years of her life, she was pretty trim. So,
We're talking about the white one, right?
oh no, we're talking about his last one, the stripy one. So the white one, she wasn't that bad. She was a little tubby. She wasn't that bad. So
Well, I guess especially in compared to yours.
yeah, I had a cat that was a little tubby. So
Well, no, I'm talking about that stretched out one.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, he was a beach ball. So no, but other than that, they're fine. They're awful fun to play with. They purr like crazy when you get them going.
It's very
So
happy
it
little
is really
creatures, huh?
cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty happy. So my daughter had some friends over last night, so they were hiding all night. You
fair
know,
enough. Yeah.
because there's strange noises in the house and stuff. But they'll come out for me. I go down there and I check on them every couple hours, and just to and then like they still, it's like they'll hear me coming down the stairs and they'll hide. But
Mm-hmm.
then once they
Mm-hmm.
realize it's me, sometimes they'll come out. So pretty quick. And other times I gotta kind of tease them out, or just sit there for a little while,
Yeah.
and not make too many like scary noises. So they'll come out. But yeah, they're really small. They're really tiny. They're really precious and cute. And blah 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 stuff. Yeah, and so kitten phase. Not like it's like baby phase. Kind of like you know. So they're not coordinated. They're not all they're not quick on like chasing things and stuff. They try, but they miss, things like that. So
Clumsy.
yeah, they're a little clumsy. So um, but their eyes have turned, so they're not blue.
Really?
Yeah, all
Oh.
kittens are born with blue eyes, so they've already got green eyes. So they're I think they're 12. They're like 13 weeks old, so they're getting there. You know, they don't have the kitten shits anymore, which is nice. So
That's great.
yeah, kittens. Yeah, it's pretty nasty for a little bit.
It is what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, they're used to their
you
food
know
and
why.
stuff. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. But no, they're good. So I still haven't introduced them to the other cat yet, but probably do that in a week or so. So we got them so they can roam all around the basement except for my daughter's room because her room is a fucking kitten, you know, obstacle course.
They'll get
So
there eventually.
they'll get
Yeah.
there eventually, but they're gonna knock all her shit, you know. And so I'm pretty sure she's not gonna let him in her room because her room is set up like a, fucking, like reservation truck stop shopping.
Tennessee Williams is glass
Yeah,
menagerie.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so they'll get in there and they'll fuck all that, because that's what they do.
They love doing it, man. It's
Love
it's
doing it.
it's 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 a two-way tie between cats and older brothers about who likes to go in the room and just tip shit over.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
is.
Sometimes dads. Sometimes dads.
Depending on the dad,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
Uh, but they're good. And I got a couple more weeks of freedom here, so I'll spend some time with them. Daughter starts school on Wednesday, so I will have the house to myself for the last couple of weeks of summer.
Damn, okay, so if she's starting school on Wednesday, then
No, William said his kids started last week. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
like
crazy, man.
his in the prison district must be the fucking remedial district, the fucking
Right,
like check your ego at the door, son.
right, yeah. You get three answers: yes, sir, no, sir, and I'll try harder, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the schools are like that. I mean, I think Will's boy would have told me. It's like, so what's the first day of school like? It's like, well, you get off the bus and they hit you with that powder and
Get the hose out. Close your eyes.
your faith in the Lord.
Yeah.
Your ass belongs to me.
When do we eat? All right, cupcake. Yeah.
Yeah, and then fucking Mr. Krabs hits you with a baton and
Right.
yeah.
Mr. Krabs.
And then shit just gets worse in there. Fucking
Just goes downhill.
my nephew never told me about having to fight off the sisters or
Right. Yeah. Beat him with an inch of his life. Yeah.
Never walked again.
Never
huh?
walked again, huh?
Oh, all right.
Never ate solid food again, huh? Damn it. Yeah.
I like how we're hanging this on them just because they have
No.
a slightly different schedule.
Dude, that school district is more sissified than some of the others. So I can say that professionally.
Having
So
heard firsthand accounts from the
totally,
children now,
absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. That district is so, white glove, kind of,
You didn't even say that is white.
yeah, white glove,
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, I'm sure like D38 is just as bad, but um,
But they
do they
they
just
acknowledge it.
yeah, but they just attract a teacher type that kind of yeah,
Yes.
that fits those molds. That's why they have all those political fights out in Will's district, is because it's the biggest one now. So
It is,
it
isn't
is the
it?
biggest one by a pretty decent margin. And like it's just it's really responsive to parents, and
Right.
you have a lot of like suburban moms out there that will run for your school support seat. you know? So, well, my husband's a colonel in the military, kind of guys.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what rank are you?
Yeah, exactly. It
Oh,
doesn't matter.
oh, we bestow on you the rank of colonel's wife.
Colonel's wife. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm Mrs.
Yes.
Colonel.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I can throw a football and hit three colonels at Costco, so it doesn't matter. So,
I'd love to be there. It's like, is that Pat? Is that did he really hit three?
ding, ding, ding.
Did he have a little, that's him. That's sitting in the parking lot with his arms spread out, saying,
Right.
"Do something
Do
about it.
something.
Do
Do
something."
something. Might even get a two-star. You never know, man. So, but yeah, it's just it's a different mindset, man. So, um, yeah, I was talking to a friend about this a little while ago. He's still somewhat plugged into those systems, and he's just like, it's just terrible. He was getting ready to retire. He's like, fuck this. So
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That is the ending message of No Country for Old Men is not saying that law enforcement is given up. It's basically saying
yeah.
that the next generation is beyond what you're used to,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
It's a
It's not
different level. Yeah.
there, and I get it. There is something to it where
It's
you
a
say
really appropriate movie for teachers.
it is.
Yeah.
There's a point where it starts feeling it's like I feel overmatched. I'm like because you are,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
are.
it's not. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's a, God damn man, it's the same. It's that same shit that like again I was talking to my doc about it. It was kind of like look, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Where she was asking me questions about teaching and all this other stuff. Where she was saying like
God, that's how my fight with AI feels right now.
well this is yeah yeah
It's got some kind of air tank.
he must have emphysema or something like
Emphysema,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the
Which
thing.
is hilarious because anybody in the country would know exactly what that thing is. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily what they use it for.
Dude, it's used for killing cows.
I get
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I get that.
Anyway.
Right, right. But she was talking about how she went into her field like a couple of years after, and they were
Mm.
like holding that against her, and it came up without it how it applied to teaching. I was like, look, well, you had the two types that would go in, where it's the people who went into the program during their educational process and
Yeah.
crapped out as teachers, right?
Yeah.
Versus people who did other stuff for a little bit and came back and then finished up, did other things to get into the teaching program. Like, I would say that the bigger risk were the people that just went straight in. And it's the whole thing was they haven't been exposed to the outside at
Yeah.
all in terms of look, you were in the smart kid classes.
Hmm.
You went to college with the smart kids. You crapped out going to school, and now you're doing Teach for America in Chicago. You're done in 2 years.
Yeah, okay. So that's two different that's actually two different species there. So
Totally understand.
look, if you're a local kid and you decide that you had, Mrs. Anderson in fifth grade, who was the coolest person in your life,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
want to go be Mrs. Anderson, so you go through TEP or something like that. That's fine. Those people aren't necessarily the problem. It's those guys that you're talking about who go like do a 4 year stint at CC, sign up for TFA, and then fucking turn this into like, well, this is prime training ground. This is boot camp for social justice.
Right.
That's the fucking problem. So
What this English curriculum needs is more rap music. That's
exactly
the problem.
that
Yes, I
that's the fucking
understand.
problem.
Yes. Yes.
And people are actually using the school system to further their political ends because they read Paulo Freire, which I know cover to cover.
What's his famous book?
The Pedagogy of the Oppressed. There we go. So I used to teach that book.
What do you think of it?
Um, it has its place if you live in a communist country. Got it. All right. If you're like literally being chased by the Sandinistas or, persecuted by, Perón's government, got it. Okay. So, okay, this makes sense. All right. So
Yeah.
in fucking District 11, you know, in the middle of suburbia, it is not exactly addressing the issue. You know?
It's not. And again, there's this whole thing of, and I, like, look, for my take on this, I was like, look, they don't give you the tools that I would want in order to get down to what you want to do.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, there's a component of this where if you go into this is where we talked about like trying to find a middle ground between that group of people where it's kind of like, tell them to go see a counselor if their fucking eyes busted. But
Mhm.
besides that, it's like not my problem if they didn't get a Pop Tart this morning.
Yeah,
They got to figure that out,
yeah,
right?
exactly. You're not ready to learn.
Versus it's stopping. It's like I can just tell with some kids. I can tell when a kid has questions about gender. Sit down with me a minute in
Yeah.
class, Michael.
So I'm gonna actually extend them a little bit of grace here because, like, the amount of teachers that I've crossed paths with, the number of truly psychopaths who want to change the world people is pretty fucking small. So, but man, are they noisy. So, and
They do get all the attention.
they are the ones who get themselves on curriculum committees and shit like that.
Yes, they do.
And I've even seen that at the college level. Where I've had people ask me, "Is like, well, how woke is the school?" Blah blah blah, and I'm like, not. Okay, there's pockets of it.
As there are anyway.
They're usually concentrated around curriculum committees, or things like of that nature, and I got it.
Right.
But, like if you pull any rando person off the faculty, no. So, like I'm here to teach chemistry.
That's
And I got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but then, the problem is those people like who do feel that way, they burn out on teaching because it's not enough. Because changing the world one student at a time is not enough to stroke your fucking ego.
That's
And
correct.
so you become an AP.
Where you could really start
Where
doing
you
some
can
damage.
really start doing some fucking damage. Yeah. And
Yes.
I've seen many, many people go down that route. And the same thing's true in college faculty. It's like, oh, you're going to go be on Senate. Okay, great. So it's like, oh, really cool. You're going to go represent us at the mothership. Got it. That's awesome.
Now here's the
It was like, oh, you're doing the accreditation review. This fucking sucks. Maybe I should have volunteered for that before you did.
yeah, it's. I remember when I started, and just the first time they asked me, it's like, so what are you doing to close the achievement gap? I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And then they explain what it is, and it's like I can't like this is the kind of thing you can't even joke about. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's like hit them harder. I have no idea.
Yeah.
This is the weird thing.
This is the same thing. You get questions about rigor. What are you doing to, reinforce rigorous standards while actually maintaining the sensibilities of the fact that your students come in unevenly prepared for your curriculum? It's like, I don't know. Let me chat GPT this for you. It's going to give you a great answer.
Good answer.
Yeah.
And this is so here's this is the thing
Oh,
that I don't. Well, I'll say this. As much as I do come down on that kind of shit here, I recognize wholeheartedly that not only does that need to be there, it's necessary to be there. It's good to be there because there is a certain thing where you need to have some kind of balance here within the place here to the point where look, I can't have people like again if you break things down to the ugliest levels,
Mhm.
right? There's no two ways to say this other than saying like, well, if you were to excise that completely, then it would be like, uh, no, actually, we don't need to try. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, look, man, some breeds of dogs are just meant to attack, and some breeds of dogs are just meant to do this. So
Yeah, but you don't get to say that in a public school.
that you don't say it, but you sort of informally do things that reinforce it.
You
That's
can. I mean,
it's our nation's history. So there is a part of this where you have to say like, actually, no. What we want to make sure is even if you look at these groups and even if you say like based on the data, based on this, and this is a lost cause. It's like, fuck that shit. Everybody is going to get your maximum effort, and what they choose to do from that is there on out, right? We do not want to create an environment where we're just kind of like, I saw your test scores when you were in third grade. We need to remove.
We're not doing the Germany thing. Fuck that shit.
Right,
So,
right,
yeah, no.
right.
I've had so many people. I've had so many people try to
yes,
argue that over the year, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you go live there. All right. So you had a bad year when you were 14, and now all of a sudden you get to turn wrenches rather than design them for the rest of your life.
right.
Okay, that is fucking terrible. So, and I've heard so many people, oh, that's a great system, blah blah blah. Resource efficiency, yada yada yada. Get the students the things they need. And it's like, no, man, fuck you. You live in You live in the country of a million chances. Okay, just fucking accept that.
To a fault.
Yeah, to a fault,
yes.
or go teach at a private school. Okay, I mean, fuck. My sister-in-law pulled her kids out of public school, put them in private school. They kick them out left and right. So you get a great crowd, and you can do a lot of different things with them. But you know what you can't do in that situation? Open access education. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like this track has a switch in it. You can go this way or that way, but you're not going both ways. Otherwise, you're going to split switch. You're going to wind up on the dirt. So yeah, no, it's just, and it's crazy. And I've seen so many people in colleges try and do that too. It was like, well, wait a minute. What's actually important here? Is it enrollments? So because if it's enrollments, we're an open access school. Okay. At that point in time, rigor takes a back seat to that. Okay, and that's fine. All right, you can adjust your level of rigor based upon like your crop. That is one thing that is actually a dial. You can dial it. So and you can do that between classes. Okay, you can have a tough class over here. Not everybody passes it. Cool, they're not sunk out of the school. Got it. Okay, you can also have a class over here. This is retard math. All right, also known as business math. I took it.
Or
it's fine.
It's just known as math.
It's just known as math. That's fine. It's a basic bitch math. Okay, that's fine. All right, you can have those two things exist within the same school and not actually fuck up the mission of the school.
Right.
So what you can't do in a school is have everybody dial that shit up and then say we're an open access school. You can't do that. That don't work. Because what happens if the kids fail, huh?
Well, Pat, so
you're going to just keep failing them until they turn 16 and you can turn them loose? That's a great fucking plan. That's going to look great on your metrics, dude.
at which point you either do that or you dispense with the metrics. So as far as the absolute proof of this, I presume that you've read a little bit about California colleges recently, have you not?
A little bit, like the problem with the CU system in that, and I know a little bit more about this than the average bear, is that, okay, so it's not a system that functions uniformly. So it might say that it does, but it don't. Okay, because you're literally talking about, what is it, about a dozen universities, and then on top of that, another 24 colleges, and then on top of that, about 50 community colleges, and they're all supposedly in the same system. My fucking ass, they are. My ass. I guarantee you, if you pull that data by zip code, you're going to find very different standards.
You're going to find different standards. What they did this week, which was, I just put it this way. There's no surprise into which outlets reported this quietly and which ones basically spray painted on the sidewalk. Was basically their system said, we have to admit the mistake.
Yep.
Removing the SAT,
bad idea,
was a terrible idea.
Yep.
It has really fucked things up badly, and we have to bring it back.
You can do the SAT. There's a lot of tests you can. You don't even have to use the SAT. So
yes, but removing all testing,
that was a terrible fucking idea, and we didn't even do that here. So yeah, no. So I mean, like basically, like what I noticed, like the last 3 schools that I've taught at, they use the SAT as basically credit. Okay, so yeah. All right, so you did this on your math SAT. Guess what? You don't have to take pre-algebra. Have at it. You just put $900 in your pocket. Cool. So, but if you do take the SAT, it's not disqualification for admittance. It just means that you have to go take pre-algebra. And California did not do that. They were like,
They didn't even
everybody
do that.
come. You're fine. Sign up for whatever you want.
We can mold every one of you from the beginning. Yeah.
Well, they can. It just takes more time. You can't do that and promise someone that you're going to get out of here in 2.5 years if it's community college.
Well, no, Pat,
So, yeah.
you can't do that to everyone. There are people that'll place well on the SATs that still can't be molded that way,
Totally.
right? That's the thing. Now, we also know that they will fail at disproportionate amounts.
Sure.
That's the data, right? But the whole idea of we don't need to test anybody, this information does not prove a person's merit when it comes to school. Well, it actually does. It's not a one-for-one thing. Nothing is. But that being said,
no, it's a good
willing to-
predictor though.
Yeah.
So and that's what your smart schools use it for. They use it as a predictor. Now, okay, so your selective schools use it as admissions criteria.
Well, that's yes.
So
Yes.
but I guarantee you in the CU system, it's the same admissions for a community college as it is to fucking Berkeley. Okay, so if you get into community college, you can work your way to Berkeley. It's actually easier to do it that way than it is to just get into Berkeley. A lot of people do it. So
Which to me, in a lot of ways, that makes sense.
makes
But
perfect sense,
Yeah.
man. We do not have a system like that here in
No.
Canada, so which sucks.
it is what it
It is what it is.
Right now-
it works close to that, but not
right
quite.
now is also a perfect time to make evaluations to say like, all right, so let's also start evaluating, what impact, like what are we gonna have to do with technology? There was a guy who showed there was a guy who was a professor who was talking about, so I had to fail like 88% of these people for AI answers.
Using ChatGPT. Yeah, I saw. Well, I don't know if it was the same guy, but I saw one guy who had a really clever trick by answering bullshit questions.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to get found out in 30 seconds.
It's going to get found
yeah.
out, but that
It
being
was
said,
clever to do. Well, he got a paper out of it.
there's
which
a
was the idea.
there's a version of this that
Yeah.
will be continuing to be doing. There'll be a something like that. And honestly, down the road, I have no idea. There's going to be something. Frankly, if I were to say like, how can we prevent people from using this? What I'm going to imagine is papers will all need to be turned in a certain way, where basically there's a click here box, right?
Mhm.
Whereupon you do this, and it's going to basically shut off your tools to what you can write with, and that's what you're going to have to write with. And you can like come in and come out,
Yeah.
but it's just going to be something where like, all right, when it's time to write this, you have to click the box. It's going to monitor your screen or whatever,
Something.
and that's just how it's going to go.
So the only ways that I've seen around it so far, so one is through proctoring, so which you can
Yes.
still do.
Yes.
Others of it is just by like actually reducing the emphasis on written work. So because I got to be blunt with you, I think college is way overemphasizing written work compared to like how much written work I was expected to do in college, and then how much written work I actually did on the job. These are completely different fucking things. And that's the thing is I go around and I talk to employers, man, and all like, yeah, we don't know how to use this shit, so we need people who do. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, so like I've noticed certain assignments that I set up are absolutely AI bait, and I just need to get rid of those because they're dumb. They've literally become irrelevant. It's like writing on chalkboards. Irrelevant. Okay.
Sure.
So ever since we invented this thing called the dry erase marker, way better.
Okay, you're right, but that's fucking old tech right there.
I get it. I
but
get it.
you're-
It's just
you're
the
right,
example that comes to mind. Okay. So it's like, all right, cool. We can accommodate some of that. And that actually opens up. See, that's the thing. It's like a lot of people are putting in things that actually result in more work, which is going to encourage more AI abuse. So there's a relationship here that people don't fundamentally get. So
It's a negative feedback loop.
it is a negative
Yeah.
feedback loop.
Yeah.
And so if you do things that actually make it more cost efficient to use AI and try not to get caught,
Yes.
okay. But a lot of the things that I've seen people implement are things that is like, well, that's just going to result in more clever AI usage. So the effort that you're asking someone to put in additionally in this is just going to go right into that bucket.
Right.
So why are you doing this? Why is this important? Okay, so if you circle back and start asking some of those questions, then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. That's not just an oxygen tank.
Agreed.
It's a
Yep.
murder tube.
Yep.
It's a murder tube,
Yep.
kind of thing. But I don't know, man. So that's where I do feel like a little bit outmatched because now it's just like, do I want to go back and rewrite all my shit? It's like, am I going to have a choice? Probably not. Do I want to do that right now? Probably not. So maybe I'll wait until, like the guys in the next county catch that.
I think, yeah, I think there's a component of that where, yeah, are you going to be on the cutting edge of catching this, or are you going to have the next thing come in here, or like you're talking about, basically what you're saying is there another way for you to demonstrate that you understand this that
Mhm.
doesn't require this, right?
That's kind of the
And
direction that
that's
I'm going on some of my stuff. And, like, okay, so over the course of the next year, I'm probably going to have to rewrite all my classes.
yeah,
Okay. I can tell you right off the bat that my stats class is fucked. Okay. Because, like, that shit's already on Course Hero, let alone on
yeah.
AI. Okay. And then on top of that, it's math, which is something that AI is very good at. So, but it's too much math for me to ask people to do it in class in front of me where I can observe them. So it's like, well, wait a minute. Okay, so this thing's got this Death Valley in the middle, where if I go out of I'm creating a shitload more work just to encourage them to cheat harder. So there's got to be like, so we got to take this back a little bit. Thinking like, what is it that you actually need to be able to demonstrate, and what's a way you can demonstrate that to me using AI that's just as effective as a learning mechanism as it is writing the math out.
See, that, Pat,
Yeah,
is one of those things that the next moneymaker will do. They
yeah,
will
sure.
that's sort of what they're going to
Yeah,
figure out.
I'll read his
And
shit and I'll copy it and I'll do
correct.
it. Yeah. So because that requires a little bit more RAM than my deck possesses at the
Because
moment.
right. So your whole thing on this here, and this is essentially the entire problem,
Yeah.
is the synthesis question.
Mhm.
Is if you can get the information, right? This is it's been this way since calculators and all this other stuff,
Right.
right? Especially when Pat, I got to tell you, like the first time that I got a was it a Casio? I can't tell you what it was. It was the first actual pocket calculator I had
Mhm.
that basically had a fractions command,
Oh yeah.
right? Here's the thing is that was
Oh
always a
yeah.
stopping point for a lot of this stuff.
Yep.
And the first time that it came to is like, oh, well, I can say 6 1/3 and I can do times this. And it'll go ahead and reduce all these things. It'll do the copy chain flip. It'll do all that other
Mhm.
shit for me here, right? Here's the thing is, did I still know how to do it? Yes. Did it save me a shitload of time?
Yeah.
Did I ever go back and say like, fuck, man, my life is not complete unless I go ahead and run through fractions drills here, once every single day?
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing: is yeah. Ultimately, here it was a synthesizing tool, right? You learned what it was. It did the work for you. If right now the thing is, if I go out there and say like, hey, read fucking Hawthorne, okay? Look at this question, find it in the text, come back at me here, and it just craps it back out. I'm like, you got nothing from it, right?
Yeah.
And even if you did that and took a look, it was side by side. If you looked at its answer and said, okay, that's why I get this in the same, like, look, it's like reading a critic's review or analysis after you've read a book. That's incredibly insightful because you can say, oh shit, I missed that. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I see how you look for this. I wouldn't have thought to look for this, but I'm glad that you brought this up here, right?
Mhm.
If you skip the synthesis step, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is there's no good way for that to work. And whoever comes up with a way where that starts making sense is going to make this whole AI thing worth it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely
In
dudes working
every
on it.
avenue. Yes.
So, but like
I'm not that guy.
I'm not that guy either. And quite honestly,
I'd have 9 more levels on my house if I did. If I thought that way.
yeah, I don't think that way. So, I mean, yeah, like there's only so much coloring outside of the lines that I can do, before it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you doing? Kind of thing. It's like this doesn't look like a cat anymore. So yeah, but like the thing about and the frustration that I see is, and like two of the things that I've been to this summer, AI was a big, what the fuck are we going to do? And they're all asking the wrong questions. It's all about prevention. It's all about, I mean, very little of it is on motivation. Why do people cheat on that? That's the same answer that's always been, in some respects. It's not because, it's because like the bullshit generator, like that's what actually produces the cheating, not malice on the part of the students. Yeah. So,
No,
you know,
no,
and so like, okay, so like, I mean, I get this whole thing that school should be fun because you don't want to cheat on fun.
yes.
You know, I mean, like, so like, you like movies, I don't, so I cheat and I go read the summary before I go see it. But you're like, oh, what's neat about this? I've never seen this before. Let me go check it out. Kind of thing, and just ride the ride. So but that's because it's fun for you. And like the thing with school that I don't think a lot of people are getting is that we've done a really good job turning school into absolute fucking bullshit. You know,
I think in some ways it always has been.
I think there's been a level of it that always has been, but it still produces a whole bunch of people who love it. Okay, so there's something about it that's working, and then the same thing's true about like I'll have people that have been graduated for 10 years, they'll come back and hey, that thing that I learned in your class, that was really fucking important later on, and I was like, cool, okay, so it's not complete bullshit. Okay, but there's like a frothy level of bullshit that needs to be culled, and AI is doing a good job of that. It's really pissing off some of my colleagues because it's basically eating the bullshit out of their job. You know,
Okay.
so
Okay. So you were touching on something absolutely fascinating right here, right? And what you're touching on here is you are essentially bringing up sort of a plus minus mindset. Okay.
right.
Now, I only say this here in the sense that I'm not saying that there aren't good students who don't cheat occasionally,
Oh, sure.
but good students on routine won't do it
No, they don't cheat.
because
They'll
they're
cheat if you paint them in a corner. That's about it.
exactly
Yeah.
right. So when it comes down to it, the bottom line is, well, why do people cheat? Well, the answer is this: we have X amount of hours in the day.
Yep.
I want to do this stuff. I have to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And the quicker that this stuff is done,
I get to do the want to.
I get to do the want to. Right now, this is you're absolutely when you're talking about you want to cheat on fun. Right.
Yeah.
So the question is, can I take a person who doesn't want to do this stuff and change it in a way across all subjects
Yeah.
that they want to do this?
I can't do it across all subjects.
Hell
I don't
no,
think
I can't.
anybody can do that.
Look again.
So,
I'm always going to have memories of the first time that it's not you, but a student I had named Patrick, and he's just like, this is the first time. It's like I really appreciate how you did. This is the first time I've read a chapter book since I was like in fourth grade.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. The fact that he had to call it a chapter book instead of a picture book
Picture book. Yeah.
answered all my questions, and I'm like, you know what?
Cool.
This is the greatest thing I've done in my life, right? And again, it doesn't whether that extends to anything beyond this here. I know at this point he had a good time reading,
Yeah.
which most people fucking hate, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people. This is the part of the school thing is, well, I have to read this by this point to get this information here.
Oh yeah.
It's not a great experience.
No.
Or I can go back in their history where parents are like, you're going to read that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to read it by this
Read it
time.
by this time.
Where it's like, oh, great. A slew of negative emotions tied with this. Okay. Yeah, this is going to make it really easy for you to pick up Huck Finn and just enjoy it. Right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. So,
Yeah, this is why I'm getting out of the math game, man. So because like I mean the amount of math trauma that I've seen,
Jesus.
it has gone up and up every single year I go back to it. And even in like my non-math classes where we do a little math, because yes, sometimes they involve things like accounting, it's like, wait a minute, like what? It's just adding.
I know.
Like
I know.
I mean, you're like, so this is like hitting you with sunlight. It's like, all right, here, let me do it first. Let me show you. Oh, okay, that's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy, and it's important because it tells you this. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. I can do that. And it's like, yeah, I know you can, man. But man, that initial reaction is just really bad. It's like me asking you to, call back up and do another tour in Iraq, man. So yeah, and so like I don't know, man. Some people are going to struggle with that, but
And so
you know, but like I'm already seeing it in some of my shit that I'm doing. I'm like, well, if I ask this question this way, I don't get as much AI bullshit. So it's just thinking plus minus. But you know, and I know that some people are always going to use AI, and I don't want to cut all the writing out of my class because I think it's important for you to actually sit down with your own thoughts. You know, even if you're not a lit major. So, you know, but at the same point in time, it's also like, all right, so how much of this stuff is actual bullshit? You know, let me see if I can get rid of that. You know, and then you won't see as much cheating. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the other thing
yeah.
I've gotten better at is like just not asking really like set closed-ended questions. So on things, you know, because then you know it's like, well, AI comes up with the same answer. It's like, okay, so this one's a good answer. This one's a good, very similar answer. This is a good, very similar answer. This one's good, very similar. And in bullets, it's like maybe I'm asking a shit question.
A
You know?
perfectly fine assessment.
Yeah.
A perfectly fine assessment. Yes, that is a perfect takeaway from it, right? And this is that sort of like leads to the question in terms of like what is the when you look at what is education trying to do at this point, and you're looking at what the outcomes are, right? Maybe there is something to be said about this where, well, what we don't want to broom, we don't want to.
Mm.
It's not. Maybe what we want is we want college to be a place for people that like what you're talking about,
Mm.
right? It's not necessarily the academic standards. It's basically about whether you want to actually learn the material. Now, again, this is sort of a very
Well,
tough thing
yeah, college is tough.
as long as we're as long as we still have it even semi tied in where it's like this plus this will equal more pay in your career, right? I
Yeah,
got that, right?
that's not going
Then
anywhere. That's not
that's
going anywhere.
unavoidable, right?
That's not going anywhere. I can tell you that right now. So, you know,
Then there's a piece of that that's completely unavoidable,
yeah,
right? And
totally.
that's
And so, okay, that's the water you swim in, swim in it. You
exactly
know, and
right.
that's what I tell my colleagues, and I get a lot of pushback on that. Education. It's like I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, I can do stuff in my class. You can do stuff in your class. But if you're going to sit here and tell me, oh, we need to reform all blah blah blah, it's like fuck, I'm out. So I ain't got time for that. I got students who need me today. You know?
Neither did they, but at the same time, it's like, listen, I don't want to criticize your life, but let me just confirm this here. So the last time that your fucking toilet was clogged, right, and a plunger didn't fix it, are you going to tell me that what you did was you went into the science of fucking water pressure and moving through U traps, or did you call a dude to
Did you
handle
call
it
a
for
couple
you?
to do a couple
It's
to
like,
right shot?
so unless you can show me your actual handwritten notes that showed me that you tried to understand the mechanics of
Yeah,
it before getting after it,
yeah.
I don't believe you.
If you're doing this clog, you don't call the fucking water board and try and get them dethroned. You know, I mean, come on,
Exactly. Yeah. So, under the same token, I've got a person over here that says, like,
this fucking
don't kill
toilet's
it.
clogged. I gotta run for governor.
You got to understand the entirety of this process here.
Right?
That's in this class that we're making you take.
Yeah, exactly. No, I run into that, and like the older that I get, the less the little the so like okay, I got a lot of career left in front of me.
Oh, you do. Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste it though, man. I'm not gonna waste it on bullshit like that that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, that is where my vote becomes one of a million, as opposed to like having a classroom where okay, I have 15, 20, 30 people in front of me. I've got their undivided attention on this shit.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll get another 15, 20, or 30 of these here after I fire these guys in 4 months. Okay, so that I can do a lot more there than I can like, going out like this whole yeah. I don't want to, get too into the weeds here on some of this shit, but I've been dealing with this a lot lately. Where it's like, let's reform fucking everything. And it's like, how about you not suck in the classroom? Start with you. you know? Let's start there. Okay? Because quite honestly, you're gonna have a lot more impact there than you are on this committee here. Like
Yeah.
really like trying to it's just it's gotten to the point in time where I just don't have that much patience for it because it's like
It's getting old.
it's not just getting old, it's like you're wasting my time,
Yeah.
and I know you're wasting yours, and what really pisses me off is I know you're wasting your students' time. And when I hear complaints about you, it's like, yeah, okay, it's perpetually that thing where someone, oh, I want to do something, but they're not willing to start small on something,
Yes.
it's like, like, oh yeah, I want to bulk out, blah blah blah. And immediately go hit the gym and lift something, like really heavy, but you can't do it, so you quit, kind of thing. Rather than when, like, why don't you stretch when you get up in the morning first? Once that becomes boring, then go do something else. It was I quit smoking, man. It was like, all right, okay, so like I need to stop this. This is bad. Okay, I've tried this several times. Go completely cold turkey. It doesn't fucking work. All right. So what's something that I can do today that is better than what I did yesterday? Okay. And it's like, well, rather than smoking a whole pack of cigarettes, you know, and it's
Right.
just it's like it's really really easy, simple stuff, And then I see it in education world where it's like, oh my gosh, like not only if you fix this stuff, would you be happier as an individual? You would see better results, and you would also be more informed at these discussions down the road than you are right now. Okay, because all you're doing is basically bitching about Gen Z. Okay, and anybody and everybody on Twitter can do that, and and not waste my time. So or their time, which is the thing that really gets me mad. So
Well, you're. I mean, here's the thing, uh, you're talking about that exact. It's the graph. The graph doesn't lie. Okay, when it comes to what groups value proximity first, which groups value distant first,
oh yeah,
right? And this is the whole thing where, again, you can look at a person and you can say like, you know, um, you are 5'2".
yep.
You are 300 something pounds.
Yeah.
Okay? You are uglifying your face. You have a mural of tattoos all over your body, right? And your concern is Palestine. Now, here's the thing. Right, again, this is the thing is just like
You
you
can't get a good job. Free Palestine.
right.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute.
And that's
You got step 1, 2, 30.
again, this is the now it's partially a mindset, it's partially a political mindset, it's
It
partially a
is.
lot of things where it's kind of like, yes, we have always known people who are always going to turn to externalities, right, before anything. And there's a thing where you can say like, yeah, I get it, I understand. Like, I don't want to straighten you out. I don't want to say that, okay, I can show you a map here. I can show you this swath of green with one red dot in the middle of it and say, like, okay, but what you're telling me is it's the red dot in the swath of green territory that's doing the genociding. Like, okay, got
Right.
it. Even though they know where they all are and they're clustered in one group, they're not doing it. That's fine. If you want to believe this, that's okay. Now, the first thing here is if you want to help these fucking people, right? What is the first step? Do you think you need to be in shape to help these people? Okay, now you don't have to do all these things at once here,
Mm-mm.
right? But first and foremost, you got to write down on a sheet of paper. You got to say like, I'm not telling you to get rid of them all, but you got to write down how many Pop Tarts you had today, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to start by reducing some of those things. That's what I'm talking about. Is
Well, I mean, it's misplaced anger,
well, of course
in
it
some
is.
respects too. And if you start solving some of those things that are making you angry, you're going to find that that Palestine thing just doesn't matter as much.
Well, it's not even that. It is an abstract thing that you have no control over, that you are using as the source of
Yeah,
not why you're actually
yeah.
angry, but you're putting it on there because that stops you from thinking about you.
Yeah, and I mean, so like some of that's that, some of that. like, I was saying this last time. Some of they're going to grow out of some of that too.
Correct. That's why I
Because
think part
you
of that
you have
has to
no
be on
choice but to
canvas.
put one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
How fast you do it, that's up to you, but you will do it one day at a time. And some things will work out for you and some things won't, and you'll learn from that. And, like it's like same thing with like voting and politics and all that stuff right now. It's kind of irrelevant, in a lot of respects. It really is, and I think with each passing election, I get that. And like this one, I mean, I'm already seeing it. Like we've already talked about the political zoomies. I'm starting to see the kittens, like, their eyes starting to light up here,
Yeah.
because we're getting past this first round of primaries. The fucking DSA is out there banging their drums and stuff. And it's just, it's going to go bananas here over the next 6 weeks. But now I can see it, and it's like, okay,
Right. Right.
all right, cool. Let's see where this goes, kind of thing, And it's like, do I need to participate? No, they like, if you ask me an opinion, sure, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to give it to you freely though, or unasked for on certain things and stuff. I get a podcast for that. So, but still, at the same point in time, I mean, like, we've been through so much of this over the last, I'd say, you know since, what is it, 2026? So it's been pretty nuts since 2016. So,
Yes.
and I would say 16, everybody kind of wrote that off as an aberration, but then it happened again and again and again.
Right.
And so now we're kind of in that zone where, okay, just about every election is going to be 45, 55, probably a narrower band than that, but within that band,
Right.
And that's going to be true with just about every statewide election, okay, because those ones that aren't in that band get no attention whatsoever. Okay, we're already seeing it in Michigan. Where this is going to be the race setter for the tee up for 2028. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay. I can just write these things down and wait for you to say them.
Right.
Because I've seen them all, man.
Right.
And so I mean, I'm just it's one of those things where it's like that comes through experience, learning, and gyrating myself many times over these things.
Right.
And then eventually coming to the point in time, it's like, actually, he's not that bad. Like, chill out with that shit. He was cool. So, I don't have to agree with everything. Would I vote for? No. So, but, he's my president. Do I support him? Sure. So, kind of thing.
Because it's for the country.
Because it's for the country. Exactly. The same thing's true. Like, you got a governor race coming up here, and I'm getting fucking texts for that every fucking day now.
It's kind of weird.
Dude, I don't know how they found me. So, but they sure did find me. So, and I think I hit that age bracket where they know that I'm going to vote.
Okay. All right. And they're asking directed questions that are getting harder and harder not to respond to.
I won't do it, man.
Yeah, I know. And the weird thing, this is again, this goes back to that whole fucking, like, I feel outmatched kind of thing, because
right. I feel outmatched.
Like, in the same way that I can't. So when I sit there and I look at certain, like, entertainment problems, right? And I'm like, well, fucking, I'm like, all right, so these all time, these stalwarts of entertainment shows, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, they had 9 great seasons with fucking, like, 25 episodes apiece. Why? Because, well, there were maybe, I don't know, at the time in that whole area, 100 good writers in the business. And you had 6 of them, right? And now I'm sitting there looking at, like, man, this really sucks. Like, fucking, this show sucks, this show sucks. I was like, yeah, you've taken, I don't know, a crop of maybe, let's say there's 250 good writers now. But now the denominator is fucking 5,000 instead of 100 shows over a whole bunch of things, over 6-episode seasons. It's like, man, this all fucking sucks. Now, here's the thing.
It's all trash.
Am I going to sit here and say, I feel outmatched? Well, no, because the model is not going to big bang itself in this. Like, there will be things that die off. That's how nature works.
Yeah.
Will there be a reconstruction where 100 great writers are there on 100 shows? Probably not, right? But I either have to say, like, all right, I'm going to look elsewhere for my entertainment, or I'm going to have to realize a lot of things are not going to be up to the par that I expect them to. I'm going to, like, I have to accept that, or I have to cash out.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, oh, this shit ain't for me, right?
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Too.
And the same thing goes with this political situation where it's like, if I look at 2016 and I'm saying I feel outmatched because, like, things are different than they used to be. Yeah, it's never going to be 1992 again. It's never going to be 1998 again, right?
2004. Yeah.
But I also have to have the common sense to say, like, well, yeah, I get it. I understand that the baseball season just ended, right? And I'm looking at the prediction market and I'm saying, like, I don't know, like $9 on the Colorado Rockies here wins me like $1 million, right? It's we can't.
I'll steal your money.
I'll steal my money. And that's the thing is I'm realizing, like, me making predictions about this stuff that I have no impact over is putting $9 on the Rockies, right, way in the future.
Hey,
There's
predictions don't really cost you
well,
anything.
no, but mentally speaking, right,
Oh,
in the
well, if
same
you
way,
take them too seriously, then
exactly,
yeah.
right, and looking for little signs, say like, see, there it is, see,
There it is.
this is, look at what happened in Michigan, see, right. Here's the thing: is you're absolutely right. Things way outside of my control, with a whole
Yeah.
shit ton of unforced errors yet to be
I don't
played.
know, man. I mean, you watch it close enough the last 10 years. I think you can make some pretty good calls here, but if the call
Still
doesn't
with a
work
broad
out, it's
brush.
like, whatever, okay, I was wrong about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was wrong about Donald Trump twice. So it's like, okay. So I was right about him once.
yes. What I was saying here is, I'm saying a lot of people use this as cause for panic, or they use it as cause for
yeah.
concern. It's like, dude, it is way too early to
It's way
even.
too early, and then quite honestly, but you could see it coming in the midterms here a little bit, man. Like the whole thing that I just can't get around, man, is, like, all right, so the news, like everything, even the podcasts that I watch, which are pretty stable, in terms of like, okay, we're going to bring in multiple perspectives and stuff. They're really focusing on some of these things, but they're doing so because like there's something there that they see as being okay. So this is going to be kind of like we're setting the field,
Yes,
here in some
yes.
terms of this. So that's why this is important. Can't tell you where it's going to go exactly, but we can tell you what pitch is going to be played on, in some respects. And like the thing that I'm fascinated to watch, and I don't think I'm wrong about this, but I would absolutely admit it if I am. But this whole like push for the midterms and all this excitement for this DSA candidates is going to push all of your Democrats way to the left, right off a fucking cliff. So it really is, dude. I mean, because like, okay, I spend a lot of time in Normiestan. I wouldn't actually call myself a normie anymore. I don't think I can make that claim. All right, because I'm too into it. But like from the people that I know in Normiestan, like half the shit these people say is fucking insane.
It's vile.
It's vile.
It's vile.
So it is vile. It is insane. It is easy to vote against. So, and then on top of that, it's just like, I mean, JD Vance is going to come out looking like a complete normie because he might very well be.
You know what,
So
JD Vance
if he
is?
puts the
Yeah,
fucking wig on again, I think he's going to win. you know?
JD Vance is like when you go into the Oblivion character creator
Right.
and just
It's like I got to click my hairstyle back to one.
this is what I'm saying. It's like you don't get up to him and none of the sliders are all the way out to the fucking left or the right. This is just
They're trying to create a YouTube character.
yeah. You're going through the presets and one of the presets is just some dude.
Default.
Yeah. You're not getting into the shit where it's kind of like, all right. What am I really trying to make here? Right? No, that's not it. And there's a component to that where you can make the argument, okay, and this is where the prediction comes fun in here. I'm not going to stake my claim on it or anything like that here, but you could also make the argument. I can look at sort of like the DSAs in the same way. Before, again, this is okay. So you and I were there. You and I were there in the 80s. You and I were there in the 90s. You and I were there when the really gay dudes, okay, when the gay dudes had to put on the pink tutus and march in the fucking parades
Yeah.
to freak people out because it made people say like, that's pretty far from me. But you all regular gay dudes are okay in
Yeah,
my
you guys
book.
are all right. Yeah.
Okay? So there is something to be said about, well, will the DSAs actually get people to say like, so them fucking people scare me. It doesn't take a lot of people. It's not 6 degrees of like separation for a dude to say like, my grandpa was from Cuba.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter because the crazies are going to draw everybody to the left on that side.
Well,
So all the candidates are going to have to say something about fucking Medicare for all, Green New Deal, blah blah blah, trans rights,
Black Lives Matter.
Black
Yes,
Lives.
yes, yes.
They're going to have
Right.
to do all of that, and that's all the stuff that is toxic to normies.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
there's room for people in the
Oh yeah, to turn around and say, yeah, like Donald Trump was crazy, but that guy's okay. Yeah.
exactly. So basically, there should be again, depending on how things go. Now, of course, that fucking lunatic in Michigan when he's talking about you put ogres on pikes and the rest of the people fall in the line. Yeah, he's talking
I don't
directly.
think that's going to work out for him, man. I don't think that ogre.
You know why?
You don't go into that guy's swamp, man.
Because a lot of people like Fetterman a fuckload more than they like you.
Oh yeah,
well, and that's exactly who he was addressing.
So like someone put this really well the other day. It's like, so he's a consummate outsider within the party. And he says you can always tell a difference between an insider and an outsider is because an insider has access, but an outsider has freedom of tongue. And so those two things don't exist. And so obviously, in the same person. And so if you're doing one, you know which one you are.
Right. It's very much the what group are you not allowed to criticize?
Exactly. Yeah. So
it was Jews for a long time, but now it's
no. Now it's ogres. Apparently.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing is if there is a person or if there's a group that basically has the wherewithal to be in that place of like, I know them.
Yeah.
I've had dinner with them.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd let my kids stay with them for a week.
No. No.
Right?
No, we're not having slumber parties. Not without Dad as a chaperone.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are sleeping in the living room.
So there is room. I mean, again, if there are people pushing it, it does make people. Or as I say, it can make people toward the middle look good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I don't. As of right now, I don't see anybody that's actually again. Fucking, it's football. You don't force the play. You take what the defense gives you. And as of right now, okay, that's the thing is there's a cushion between 7 yards and 15. Yeah. They're like fucking wide open. They got you deep. They're doubling your best receivers. Yeah. You got nothing at the line. Okay, but they're giving you the middle of the field, and you just don't want to throw there.
Yeah,
you just don't want to throw there. Right?
No, yeah, no, it's nuts, dude. So, like I said, political zoomies inbound, man. So, like, I can tell when kittens are ready to play, and they're ready to play.
Their butts are waggling.
They're looking at you, So they don't blink. Yeah.
They'll look at you every now and then to see if you're watching.
If you're watching, yeah.
Because the second you look away,
they're gonna
do shit.
They're gonna do shit.
Yeah.
That's sort of
yeah.
All right. Here we go. I'm Pat.
I'm Jeffrey.
But,
yeah.